In this video we're going to have a look at how to remove the floorboards on a Yamaha Tmax 530. Remove the two Allen key bolts. I just use a screwdriver just to prise up the edge, and this side, and then you just pull it towards you to unclip it. It has these sort of clips. Next we're going to remove this panel here. Behind the pillion peg is one Allen bolt to undo. And there's two at the front. I use a few containers to separate out the bolts for the different parts of the bodywork, so that it's easier to remember which ones go where when you put it back together. So I've undone 3 bolts, and I'm going to pull this towards me. And along the centre line there's a few prongs that locate into the part behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 bullet pointed prongs that locate. Okay, so it just pulls off. I'm going to put these 2 bolts back where they were, so that I don't get mixed up, because you end up with quite a few bolts when you're finished. Now I'm going to remove both mats. Just pull them up, they just press in. While I'm here, I'm going to remove 1 bolt here and 1 here. 2 screws it should be. Phillips screws, cross-headed screws. My one's actually been changed here to a Torx, but it's the same thing. Okay, so 2 there. To remove this panel here, next I need to undo this screw here, and at the front there's 3 plastic clips that need to be removed, where you push in the centre of them. There's 1, 2 and 3, and the one at the top, because it's quite close to the fork, just use a small Phillips ratchet, you know, like one of the screwdriver bits you find in those kits, and just use that to push in the centre like so. And then I can remove that top one. And when I do so, this panel can now be removed, can be taken out. Now we're going to remove this lower panel. It comes down here and goes up like that. There's 1 clip there you need to remove, a plastic clip that you push in. 1 here on the outer edge. 1 here on the tail of that other piece of fairing. There's two pieces of fairing there. One Allen bolt at the back and one Phillips screw at the front. So I'm going to remove all of those. There's one. There's two. Put your fingers behind this one to support it. It's a bit flexible. There's three. One Phillips screw at the front. And one Allen bolt here at the back. That one's a special shape, it has like a shoulder on it. And there's two screws going down here, which I forgot to mention. And now this will, delicately you can withdraw it from the main floorboard. It has these three parts that go that way. There's one underneath that just hooks above that lower piece of fairing. So that's now out of the way. Now, we're getting there. What we need to do next is remove this hard edging strip that runs down the side of the fairing. There's two screws that you have to remove, one here and one here. Those are Phillips screws. And I need to remove certainly that one. All of these have to be removed eventually, so I'm going to undo all of them now. I can't remember exactly which one, if it's only one of them that holds this. So that one now I'm going to remove. That definitely does, if I recall. Three 10mm bolts that need to be removed in order to remove this piece of bodywork. So I'm going to do it now. And there's also one screw at the top there that needs to come out, just below the original centerpiece Allen key. So I think there's no more bolts holding this now, but before I can remove that I need to separate this edging strip. You just kind of pull it out from the lower area towards you. Okay, I'm just going to leave it hanging in the top because I'm not removing this part of the bodywork. And I think now that's it. Yeah, so it's loose. Now to separate it from here, the final part now is this part section has to go upwards like that. There's three parts there that engage here and they have to slide upwards. And now we've got a fully exposed side of the bike, and I can clean the air filter, the V, I think it's the V belt on this side, is it? Which you're meant to undo that and blow it out to get rid of the dust. Just the final thing, on the lower cowling, this part here actually hooks over a very small tang. I'll if you can see this, I'm going to turn my torch on. There's a metal tang that just sticks up, and this hooks over it like so, and then there's meant to be another connector that goes through there, a little, you know, a plastic one. And what I've noticed is that on mine, both sides, it's missing, as indeed a couple of other clips were. And in fact, I noticed that on the sort of hard ridged plastic part, there's meant to be one at the bottom here, which mine didn't have. So I'm going to put those back in, including that one down there. Now, you know, I know it's a bit, it's just there, that one there. I know it's a bit awkward, and what's happened is I bought this bike second hand, and you know, the original mechanic has left these parts off, and in fact mixed up some of the bolts and stuff, which I find really irritating. So it's worth, in my opinion, replacing them, because all those little missing ones, that's what adds to the rattles and stuff. You've got so much bodywork on this kind of bike that it all ends up rattling around, and if you don't want that, then make sure you replace all of the plastic bullets, you know, in the correct places. So I think this actually has 3 screws that are supposed to hold it, this lower section. Mine only had 2 in it at the beginning.